Hey everyone, this is Rudy, and I wanted to make a video on why I am a Christian as opposed to other religions. And I want to be straightforward and concise. It's almost too much to put into one video, but I'm going to try to put like a summary version. I think many of you know that I love talking to atheists. I love talking to people with different viewpoints because I learn a lot from them. And so, I recently joined an atheist forum. It's just full of nothing but non-believers. There's a few believers too, but it's mostly non-believers. And they've got topics about, do you believe that you have a soul? Do you believe you have true free will? What is the evidence for God? Why did you select Christianity above all other religions? And one of the atheists asked me a question. I thought it was a very good question. We were about to get into a discussion on a litany of various topics. And he said, what would it take for you not to believe in God? And that's a very good question. I got to admit, wow, I hadn't thought about that. What would it take for me not to believe in God? So let me explain it like this, because I want to answer that question about how ingrained God is in my mind. So imagine me waking up in the morning. Let's say the first thing I wanted to do is brush my teeth. So I walk into the bathroom, and I go to pick up my toothbrush, and my hand goes right through my toothbrush, right? It just goes right through it. And I look up in the mirror, and instead of seeing my face, I see the shower curtain behind me. I don't even see my face, right? And then I reach my hand up to touch my face, and my hand just goes straight through my face. In other words, at that point in time, I realized that my physical body is gone, but my soul is still here, and it can still observe things, just like it could as if I had a physical body. Now, a lot of you will think that's impossible, but I truly believe that I have an immaterial part to me called a soul. I believe we all do. There are many, many reasons that you can logically conclude that you have a soul. I know that I often reference Matt Chait in this Beyond Evolution, and if you've gone to him, you may be like freaking out because he's a proponent of Eastern religion, and he believes that we're all the same. And I don't believe that, but I do believe that his writings are very convincing to convince someone who does not believe that they have a soul and that they are more than just a highly arranged set of atomic matter. Now, other books that I can reference you that suggest you have an immaterial part to you is C.S. Lewis' Mere Christianity and C.S. Lewis' Miracles, which I'm reading recently. But having stated that, so imagine me standing in the bathroom, and I'm not even standing, right? I'm just there, and my soul is there, but I have no physical body. Now, let's use our imagination again. Let's imagine that the entire physical universe fades away. The Milky Way galaxy fades away, all the Crab nebulas, every single galaxy and whatever that super telescope, Hubble telescope, has ever taken a picture of, all of that fades away. Even our own Earth fades away. And let's just imagine a single atom with a proton, neutron, and electron, and it's sitting there spinning around, right? And so you've got my soul, and it's monitoring this atom, right? And now, from my perspective, I'm just telling you how I think, right? I'm going to look at that atom, and I'm going to say, wow, that atom, I cannot create that atom. And the Heisenberg uncertainty principle says that you cannot even predict the motion of the electron. Just the mere act of observing it says that you cannot even predict where the electron is going to show up next. So I'm going to look at that and say, wow, I can't even begin to imagine how that single atom came into play. And yet that Descartes philosophical statement is by Descartes. It says, I think, therefore I am. I can think about it. I can observe it. I'm a sentient being, right? So just the mere existence of a single atom will cause me to believe in God, because I believe that somebody had to create that and I can't do it. Now, on top of that single atom, let's let the material universe reappear. The Milky Way galaxy, the Crab nebula, our Earth, our atmosphere, all the beautiful things that you see on this earth, all the beautiful people that you meet, all of your experiences, love, hate, desire, wanting to make something of your life, all of the experiences that make up our wonderful life, let all that reappear. Now, that's going to be evidence to me even more than the single atom that there must be a God, right? That's how strongly I believe in God. So to answer the atheist question, what would it take for you not to believe in God? It's such an ingrained part of my brain that I can't comprehend an existence without a God and without my immaterial soul. So, having stated that, I wanted to share that my soul, an afterlife, and a God is very ingrained in my mind. I can't even perceive of a universe without it. Now, some atheists or evolutionists will say there must be some DNA gene in him that is off, or he has some kind of weird DNA gene that makes him think like that. Whatever, I'm just telling you. I don't mean to say whatever, but I'm just telling you how I think about it honestly. I'm speaking honestly with you. Okay, so I brought you up to the point where I believe in my soul, I believe in a God, I believe in an immaterial plane of existence, a spiritual plane of existence. So what made me select Christianity? So you look at the options on the table, right? I know that you have some of the Eastern religions which believe in a mysterious life force, a kind of karma that rolls throughout the universe, and it doesn't really have a lot of moral. It's not moral driven. It's just like I don't know how to describe it, but some people believe in this mysterious life force that's not a personal God, and I just reject that. One of the reasons that I reject that personally is that I believe I have a moral conscience in me that was instilled by my Creator that did not come about by evolution. Evolutionists will tell you that, because man was created through social evolution and he had empathy for the people around him, that your consciousness came through social evolution. I reject that with every fiber in my being. The best book I can give you to reject that theory is Darwinian Fairy Tales by David Stove. The whole book is an incredible book about how evolution does not make any sense when you try to apply it to human beings. A lot of you think I'm a nutcase because, I have mentioned my thoughts on evolution in the past, and I will say this. Let me clear up something on the evolution. I do not hang my hat on whether there is a God or not, on whether evolution is true. I have read the book Finding Darwin's God by Ken Miller, and he makes the case that evolution can be true, and he is a Christian. So I have my own thoughts about evolution, but that's not important about whether evolution is true or not. It's simply not important whether God brought about mankind through evolution or whether he did it in a more direct fashion. The fact is we are here and we have conscious brains and we have the ability to think. And evolution would have designed a brain that is more fit to survive. Evolution would not have designed a brain that is fit to think properly and to be able to arrive at truth. See, arriving at truth and the fitness to survive is two completely different things. But I don't want to get into the evolution discussion. If you want an alternative view to evolution, there's a video series by Kent Hovind, K-E-N-T Hovind, H-O-V-I-N-D. It's like a 12-part series, and it's 100 reasons why evolution is stupid. Now, they stuck Kent Hovind in jail, and I would ask you to ask yourself why they stuck that man in jail. That is a brilliant man, and they put him up on false tax charges. I could go into that, but they totally did that man wrong. The fact that that man is in jail, the fact that that man is in jail is a crime. They should not have put that man in jail. But anyway, so I reject the mysterious life force because I believe I have a consciousness and a moral compass inside me, and I think that the moral compass that I have instilled in me is a clue about the nature of God. And therefore, I believe God is a moral God. I believe He is a personal God. And so I have some Muslim friends, and I do not want to, get anybody to do a fatwa against me or anything. And my Muslim friend, he gave me a saying one time. He said, you should be able to espouse your Christianity without tearing down Islam. And so I don't want to go into a personal attack on Islam. I have read the Quran twice. I have read The Life of the Prophet Muhammad by Martin Lings, and it's not aligned with what I think is true. That's all I'll say. I don't want to start an argument with my Muslim friends, but it does not. There are lots of reasons, and I don't want to go into those reasons because I don't want to get into a situation where I'm attacking the Islam belief. If somebody engages me in a personal conversation, I will go into that with you, but I have read and studied the Quran and the life of the Prophet Muhammad. It's not what I consider a true statement. Now let me get to the end because I think I'm running out of time. Okay, so why did I become a Christianity? When I was young, I read the Bible. As I got older, I reread it, and I have a lot of time to and from work. Okay, I'm going to get to the point, I promise you. I have an hour and a half to get to work and an hour and a half to come back to work. And so I bought the Listener's Bible. And I listened to the Bible on the way to work, and I listened to the Bible on the way home from work. I listened to the teachings of Jesus Christ. If you listen to the teachings of Jesus Christ, you will conclude one of two things. Either Jesus Christ was a raving lunatic, or Jesus Christ was exactly who He said He was, which is the Son of God, and He is here to die on a cross to forgive us of our sins. What you cannot say about Jesus Christ is he was simply a nice guy with a nice message. That doesn't line up at all with what he said. He was either a raving lunatic or he was exactly who he said he was. Now, an example would be, if I do wrong against you, let's say you specifically and me, if I do something wrong against you, whether you forgive me or not is between you and me, right? But Jesus said that he would forgive me for something wrong I did to you. Do you see how crazy that is? It's either crazy or it's absolutely true. When I was listening to the chapter of Matthew, and it overwhelmed me with emotion. I'm a grown man, but I was crying like a baby when I was listening to the teachings of Jesus Christ. It rang in my heart of hearts as so true, and it's such a powerful message. That is why I became a Christian. Looks like I ran out of time. Hopefully I made my point. God bless every single one of you. Take care.